Now I've just got it to that stage, and I didn't have the camera on, so I've done the first stage up to the first cone here, a dildo. Now the thing of it is, that's the push through spacer, so that will be your next spacer. This is on the Mega delrin set with the angled spacers. Now I covered the cone and I covered the inside of my ring. Now I don't know how long I'm going to be doing that, because let's say, will I get bored of trying to save the inside detail, because it's extremely hard and it's not really beneficial for the extra work that you got to do. So we'll try another couple of times and that's it. But the first cone is done, and this goes up to 50mm, this set, with the angled spacers. There's two sizes, one each side. Now if you've got an iffy, you think, well, that's not stable enough, I'm not gonna push down on it, doesn't mean the other side you require is on the other side. It could be way down the line on a spacer three stages down or up. So basically just keep mark where you are, because those spaces you use to get to that size need to be put back onto your process, size by size. So basically that's it. Right, I'll just ignore this and we get on to the process 2. That's a bit of a bummer. Sorry about that, not filming the first process, but they're identical, so the second process is the same as what it would have been on the first process. So as you say, push through spacer first. Push through spacer goes with its number 1 cone. Stick it on the wall there. Now we go into a different size spacer. So basically that's the push through spacer, and this is the next spacer. It doesn't seem to be going right here. What's going on here? Got them in the wrong order here. That doesn't seem to have. Right, I'm going to use an adapter on these so you can put split your walls even more to give you the stability that you need, so it doesn't. So that goes over there. They were in the right order. Now that should go on the push through now. Yeah. Alright, put that over there. finished, push through for the next one. Covered all right. Well, let's see. Wow, look at that. You see in there? Details pucker. Well, might be worth a little bit of effort in the end. So let's see. So far so good. Looking good. A bit messy with all the grease to get it, slip it through nice and easy, but this seems to be paying off on the second one. And only time will tell. That is wow. Third cone of the set. On the push through spacer of the cone below. That goes with that cone. Let's put it in that line. Push through. Right, that's that done. Covered up. Let's have a look. Covering seems to be working quite nicely. Nicely covered. Well, I have to work this down while I get this crap off. And stuff. Not bad at all, actually. I'm going to carry on with the effort. Now I've come to this stage. It's only 2 more cones of the set to do, so I'm going to stick with trying to keep the detail, the inside detail, and see how long this video is for. Be minus the first process, so it'll be more or less on time, apart from individual annealing in between, so you can put another 2 or 3 minutes on each. Not even that. Yeah, okay. Cone number 4. So this will take you to bangle size stretcher if you had a stretcher. we really milked that push through spacer on that cone, which is good. 3. Right. But this isn't making any sense. This can't be in the wrong order. They're in the wrong order. No. Right, that's not necessary then. I'll keep that aside, that's not right. Right, that's fine, that's perfect. Very strange. That's ready for push through. Right, size-wise, not too bad. Whew, like wrestling a crocodile today. I only wrestle crocodiles on a Sunday anyway, but today I'll make an exception. Right, now that's weird because that didn't, this spacer, sometimes it will expand, your coin will expand big enough to go onto the one next. But they were in order, that's what I thought I had. But I will mark them 1, 2, 3, 4, push through all the way up, so you know when you go and you think, right, I'm on number 2, number 3's next, or number 3's, but number 4 will do. And as I explained, with the angled spacers, you get 2 sizes, one at the top, one at the bottom. But that doesn't necessarily mean, when it's a bit iffy, again, you think, right, I'll just flip it over. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be that spacer underneath. It could be any of them, up the line, down the line, you just don't know. So keeping them in order is great, because you might go, you're on number 3 and you think that's iffy. You might need number 5 spacer flipped over. But you've got to put them back in order to go up in the process. That there was a little, this was a little confusing. Right, but it's fine. It's it just jumped the process there. I'll measure both of them up and make sure that they're in line with each other. Right, that's done. Next is the 5th and final cone, which is the 50mm. It's the standard set you've just seen used. That takes you to the bangle stretcher. Yeah, way down that. Now, under normal circumstances, when I take this blue off and the detail is pucker, I might jump onto the bangle stretcher, but we'll use the cone anyway. But I'll just check, see if my efforts have warranted the extra little bit of time. Right, okay. Right, fifth and final cone of the mega set is 50mm. Push through spacer from the cone before. Final fence, come on, come on. Push through spacer and the penultimate cone. Right. Now that's jumped to size just by pushing it through that spacer, that push through spacer. And that's actually jumped to size. It's not a problem. Should have checked before I can brought the ram all the way down. You know that actually, no, this ain't making. Jump two sizes. Because I can push that through now. I jumped two sizes. I expanded in a different way than I was expecting. That really expanded quite nicely. Right, so I don't have to use those two. But that won't happen all the time. I mean, that's just, coins will expand in different ways. It's just the way it goes, which is not a bad thing because you just got away with doing two spaces. Now I just got to push this through and that'll be it. That was surprise, two spaces jump. That was quite a surprise, that. Now the inside covering, make your own mind up, that's pretty secure. Now that is let's have a look. Take this back. It says 7 inches, that's not right. Overall diameter. Well, it's 50mm. It was a 50mm cone. So that's just shy of 2 inches, 0. Well, no, it's 50.8 is 2 inches, that's 50.84, that's expanded quite nicely. Let me think. 50.4, 25.4 is an inch. That's 50.8. That's 2 inches in size. I'll just clean this off and then we'll have a close look at it. Just got figures going around in my head here. That's 2 inches. Right, cleaned it up a little bit here. Inside detail, more than acceptable. And that's coming in at 7 inches on the tailor's tape measure. Now and it's hard to use with one hand and put it around, and so it's a bit sloppy. So I'd say that's about 6.5. But I'll measure up on that properly. Now with the inside detail and the outside detail, dilemma. Where do you put your cut? Now I'm not going to cut it down the crown and the date, obviously, because that would be ridiculous. Now on the other side, because it's got to be smack on the other side, it's going to cut through the fine silver, 999 1 ounce fine silver. Oh, dilemmas. But that's with the new Mega delrin set, and that went quite smooth, as you can see. I missed the first process there because the camera wasn't on. Because you're an idiot. I have thought of that. But on the whole, that £2 coin will make a nice bangle. But was it worth the effort to keep the inside detail? I'll look at the timing of this video, because that's more or less, apart from the annealing, that's more or less time for time. Obviously I've got to finish it, so I've got to put that on top. And I've been yabbering on a little bit about this and that, so I'll estimate how long that took. What do you think? That's not bad, is it? I'll finish it off and I'll bring it back and we'll go over it. Under your cut, the normal circumstances, I would just use a pair of hefty snippers straight down the middle, but on this one I want to keep it as fine as possible because I don't want to take off as much silver as grinding it back into shape or whatever, because it's cutting right through the silver. It's going through the eye of the silver, but I'm trying to keep as much as I can, so I'm going to use a very fine blade. Nice and easy. There's me cut. So basically it's just tidy up those two ends and then shaped, and she'd be done. Finished item, £2 coin, into a £2 coin cuff bracelet. Now, not bad, not bad. Outside detail, acceptable. Inside detail, well, acceptable as well. It's not bad. That's a fit a size 8 wrist, so that's quite an expansion. Quite an expansion indeed. Check the flushness of it. Completely flush, as you can see. Maybe a foul there. Could have come down, but on the whole, that's how to make a cuff bangle or bracelet, as they say, out of a £2 coin. So the time limit on this video, whatever it is, was, you've got to put on top a kneeling time, because that was a kneeled off camera. Another 5 minutes of throw there with wrapping, and also you got to remember the first cone on the first process to get it to the size you require to carry on. I forgot to put the camera on, but you know that. Well, thank you very much.